Last year, we had 18.2% attrition coming out of the pandemic. This year, it was just under 16%. A good target for us to aim at would be right around 10%. This is high, but showing the investment that the board made and that our county made into public education in Stafford, it moved the needle. Quite clearly, it moved the needle, but we're not done. So last year, I fully recognized that showing Tom Brady was a colossal misrepresentation of what I was trying to point out. Forget that my wife has an affinity for the New England Patriots. He's no longer with the New England Patriots anyway, so goodbye, Tom Brady. Welcome, LeBron James. LeBron James, who carries a full 26 points per game, which is absolutely outstanding, but on a $48.5 million per year contract, that means that per basket, he pulls down $49,577 per basket. Now, as a reminder, you know things are serious when a school administrator uses a sports analogy. So this must be really serious, because our first-year teachers make less than LeBron James makes per basket. If not to make matters worse, LeBron only has a 73% success rate at the free throw line, which is just absolutely appalling. We certainly wouldn't tolerate that from any of our first-year teachers. So we use this as a tool to kind of characterize where we are as a community and where we are in our thinking, but this is a pretty important idea. Our teachers work very hard, and they do a great public service, and they're not financially rewarded for what they do. But there are also some other challenges. Right across the street earlier this year, Public Safety gave a 15% raise to sheriff's deputies. 100% our sheriff's deputies are great partners. They absolutely deserved a bump in compensation. It was long overdue. They absolutely needed this. But what I would remind our county is that don't forget about your teachers too. Because as needed as our sheriff's deputies are, our teachers are also needed in this community. And when we compare our sheriff's deputies and our teachers, and again, we're not pitting anyone against each other because we are all on the same team and we are all working towards the same goal, we have different challenges in the same strained competitive job market that was noted as a justification for the compensation change for our sheriff's deputies. We are battling in that exact same competitive job market, and I would like to show you some of the differences. I don't know how many vacancies the sheriff's office had at the start of the year or what their annual turnover rate is, but I do know that we started the year with 111 instructional vacancies out of 2,100 instructional staff. That's a very high vacancy rate. We also had to fill 446 positions last year. This is no easy feat. And so it does take a lot of resources and it does take a lot of support to make sure that we get the very best, not just filling a spot on the roster. And it makes it doubly hard when our salaries just simply don't cut it. I want to introduce a term that we haven't spent a whole lot of time talking about, and that term is called ALICE. It stands for Asset Limited, Income Constrained, and Yet Employed. And approximately 40% of Stafford County is considered ALICE eligible. And according to the Guaranteed Housing Program income limits for Northern Virginia, which is tied to the Single Family Housing Guaranteed Loan Program by USDA, you are considered very low income if you have less than $44,700 a year in salary. You are considered low income if you are $71,500 a year in salary. Effectively, our workforce is considered low income. This is a travesty, especially with 72% of our workforce living in Stafford County. So this is a picture of Chris Fulmer as a young man. It does look like him, in fairness. And And not to go all Charles Dickens on you, in fairness, that does not have a Chick-fil-A bag. But as Charles Dickens, a classic Oliver Twist would say, Oliver Twist did not ask for more because he was greedy. He asked for more because he was starving. And our situation is pretty dire. And the comparisons that I will show you on the next few slides really do articulate how severe our need is. And I realize that there may be sticker shock in some elements of this budget, but the reality is that we need to do something, and we need to do something now. Remember this slide? It's Prince William. Prince William is our neighbor to the north. There is feet of distance between the Griffiths-Widewater District and Prince William County. Choosing to work at Widewater Elementary School or Shirley High Middle School is a choice because you want to work at those schools when you have options that are right down the street, literally. But here's what you're giving up, and here's the difference. A teacher with 1 year of experience starts at $56,000. By comparison to Stafford County, that's $50,000, $470,000, and we're proposing a change to that. With 15 years of experience, that changes dramatically. With $88,000 for Prince William, $66,000 in Stafford, and again, we're proposing a modification to that. But the real rub is that with 35 years of experience and you're planning your retirement days, you can expect $141,000 from Prince William County and just $89,000 from Stafford County. We're proposing an amendment to that, stage 2 of 4. Make no mistake, we are competing against Prince William County. Our 446 vacancies that we had to fill were largely created by people leaving to go to Prince William County. That is who we're competing against. So our $24.2 million ask for compensation that's in your budget is a big number. But clearly, we need to do something, and fast.